Chief X at you with this common sense sign. I want to give a shout out to the Pseudo Killers and the brother Double X. Not Chief X. They call him Double X. Or I think his name is XX Architects. But anyway, first of all, let me say, I'm Pseudo Killer's biggest supporter. If you don't know that, Pseudo Killers. I know sometimes people will think that I'm going at Pseudo Killers, but no, I'm going at Ankh, who happens to be a member of the Pseudo Killers, okay? But Chefreen and Cory, Concrete Cory, or Antitheist Cory, whichever he goes by, I support Chefreen and Cory of the Pseudo Killers. I don't support the other Pseudo Killer members just because their behavior towards me. Okay? But Chefreen and Cory, I support. They're on point. They are the smartest Pseudo Killer members. I'm not saying that they know more than other Pseudo Killer members. I'm saying that they're the smartest or the most intelligent, meaning they use their logic and common sense better than the others. They're more genuine in the things that they say. And they don't have an agenda. Okay? Other Pseudo Killer members, even outside of Ankh, still having an agenda, and you can tell they go wherever the wind blows. One day they'll be saying this, and the next day they'll saying this. I mean, it's like, so Chefreen and Cory are the realest and the most intelligent Pseudo Killers. Okay? I just want to say that. So, I'm Pseudo Killer's biggest supporter. I mention their names. They may not mention my name, but I mention their names. I'll give credit to where credit is due. They may not give me credit where credit is due, but I do that just because I'm genuine. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem saying shout out to someone, even though they cussed me out before, because I'm being real. I don't make things personal. You understand what I'm saying? So, let me say this too, but I do want to get on it for certain. Like, I'm not a biter. If I hear a talking point from someone and then I'm making a video, I'm going to give them credit for that talking point because they enlightened me to something or they made me think about something. So I'm not a biter. So, Pseudo Killers, even Chefreen and Cory, don't be a biter. Give me credit for my talking points. Because you know, Ankh won't allow me on the panel or even in the chat. I can't even be in the chat. If I type something in the chat, nobody will see it because I'm blocked. And the thing about it is, for a year, even today, in the last few days, they're discussing all my talking points and things that I've said in my videos. Which is wrong, but I'm going to get at a pass. I like to see y'all discuss all my talking points. Okay? But give me credit. Don't let one individual control you as a man and tell you you can't mention someone's name. I mention y'all's name. You guys are grown men. If you want to mention someone's name, mention someone's fucking name. Let Ankh's issue be his own personal issues. But y'all should keep shit real. Okay? If Ankh want to say, bitch ass nigga, we're not going to say his name, let Ankh not say somebody's name. But if you get a talking point from me, it's okay to say my name. Don't let no nigga bully you. But anyway, shout out to the Pseudo Killers. I'm the Pseudo Killers' biggest supporter. There's no other people who mention y'all's name as much as I do in a video. I even put your names in the goddamn caption. About 500 of my followers follow Pseudo Killers now because I mention their names and shout them out. Let's just be real about that. So return the favor to me. Don't uninclude me because one individual of your group is that pissed at me. Okay? Now, let me say this also before I give credit to the Pseudo Killers for what they did in Double X. I forgot my damn point. Anyway, Double X, XX Architect, the last 2 days, been beating the brakes off the opposition. I mean, Double X, the last 2 evenings, not evenings, because them was a long live streams. They start at lunchtime and end in the evening. Last 2 days, Double X has beat the brakes off of anyone who's challenged him, including Ngozi. Now, I don't have no beef with Ngozi. Me and him be cool. We talk on the phone. But just in my opinion, Double X beat the brakes off of Ankh, Ngozi, Stu Peas, and all these people who challenged him. Double X is right. Double X is just trying to tell you the genetic makeup of those in Egypt and North Africa. Now, y'all can claim Egypt as an African nation, which it is in Africa, but you're trying to skew a Double X point. His point is genetically, the people inhabiting North Africa and Egypt, their origins from their migration come from outside of Africa into Africa. Now, they're indigenous to Africa, so technically you can call them Africans. But even though you may disagree with his point is genetically, the ancient Egyptians have origins in migration history outside of Africa and coming into Africa. That's his point. For people to skew that, they're playing a mind game. Okay? Now, also today, his argument, Double X argument, was he was purporting mtDNA information, not Y-DNA information. So today it got a little confused and skewed, and I was hoping Ngozi corrected it, but he didn't because I don't know, he had an agenda today. Ankh came up with some Y-DNA information. And no one clarified for the people's understanding because the panel be having their own agenda and be disrespectful to the people sometimes. They're trying to understand. So at least someone could have clarified that what Ankh brought to the table was Y-DNA information after he called me a bitch-ass nigga. When I was making my point about the Mediterraneans, I was said specifically, this is mtDNA information about the origins of Queen T, and I was doing all that stuff. I was saying this is strictly mtDNA, which is more important than Y-DNA in a sense. Okay? So what Double X was talking about the last few days was mtDNA. Y-DNA is your paternal. And it relates to all humans of their origin. How do I explain it? I'm not the DNA guy, but if I was to trace a people's genetic origin, I would use mtDNA. It's more specific and it makes the point. Y-DNA, people use that to be tricky because it's a more ancient haplogroup for humans, not specifically for a specific group. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't even explain it right, but if you're to use something to trace a people's DNA and where their origins, mtDNA is best. So no one clarified that XX was using mtDNA, and here come Ankh using Y-DNA. And that just skewed everybody because the genetics discussion is not well understood by people. So if people are to teach it, they should make it plain, not confuse it. I was hoping Ngozi clarified that, but he didn't. Okay? So I was a little bothered with Ngozi today because Ngozi made some claims and keeps people in this loop of confusion sometimes. He made the statement that ancient Egyptians are our cousins. That confuses niggas. And gives them a lane and leaves it open where they can still try to think they're in some way related to the ancient Egyptians. When you said that, Ngozi, you further confused people and you didn't make it plain. Because those people on the panel in Ankh is trying to argue for the Egyptians to be black folk or somehow related to us as black folk. So when you say they're our cousins, that leaves credence to people to think that they're related to the ancient Egyptians. Because people don't understand your breakdown totally. I was understanding you. But the average Joe Blow in the audience listening don't understand. You're not shutting it down. You're giving people hope still. And it's like you're riding the fence. And Double X wasn't saying anything wrong. He was 100% on point. So it became personal with Double X and Ngozi and Ankh. Instead of leaving the personal shit out and making it plain for the people to understand, it got convoluted today. But Double X, shout out. Beating the brakes off of Ankh. Beating the brakes off the opposition. Good fucking job. So I'm just sitting back watching everybody discuss my presentation of Black Egypt Debunked. All while not wanting me to discuss it. Just biters. So this talk about the Nubians being below the first cataract are talking points I mentioned. They were not able to travel up and down the Nile with the ancient Egyptians because of the cataracts, which acts as a natural border that protects Egypt from Nubia and from all their enemies. It's okay to give me credit for that. And say my name. It's okay. So, 2022 gonna be interesting. Um, 2021, and this message is for you, Ankh, because I know you watch every single video I made. 2021, and listen, I've been following Unc since his day one on social media. I know Unc better than y'all. I know his techniques. I know his argument techniques, and when he be talking over people and all this, he's trying to cut people off from the people hearing that real truth. So he'll muddy the waters. He'll talk over people to confuse the point, because when Unc knows someone's about to make a potent point and say some real fucking shit, he'll get to talking over them to cloud it, so the people won't hear that real shit. Y'all should stop Unc from doing that shit. Okay? So I followed Unc from day one. I know Unc better than you. I know all his tactics. I know all his mind games. So listen to me when I tell you about Ankh, okay? Ankh, you had the worst year ever since I've known you. You claim to be a teacher, but the students have been teaching you and busting your ass all year long. I mean, this was a horrible year for you intellectually, Ankh. 2021, Ankh, you fell the fuck off. I'm just going to keep it real. And I'm not just saying this because we beefing. I'm saying it for real. You fell the fuck off in 2021 and lost a lot of respect. You're still on here after I keep telling you Ankh loves to debate people with mental health issues. Loves it. Like, I would never. What am I sitting? Like, Ankh is so fixed on beating people up and debating. It doesn't matter who it is. He will get the most craziest person to debate them. Like you're 3 days ago, you're on Dr. Mayat's debating the nutcases. Abos. You are still debating and arguing and going crazy behind crazy people. You're debating 2 abos on Dr. Mayat's channel. In 2021, you're a damn near a 60-year-old man, and you're still arguing with crazy people. That's called clout chasing. You want to seem so smart and like you're just a scholar over all these other people. You will debate the craziest people on earth. You've been doing that forever. Even when we were down, Ankh, you know I've told you, why do you have these crazies on your panel? Why are you debating nutcases? It makes you look bad. It makes you look thirsty. It's not a fucking good look. Stop clout chasing just so you can be heard and be seen. It's ridiculous at this point. I said, some debates you can turn down. It's okay. Ankh won't turn no debates down because he wants to be heard and seen so much. He wants to clout say so much. Anybody from another platform can say, hey, Ankh, I want you to come on and debate this person. Ankh is there. He can't stop debating. He cannot stop debating. It doesn't matter who they are. They can be a fucking 5-year-old kid, and Ankh will go back and forth and argue with a 5-year-old. You can have ADHD, Down syndrome. Ankh will debate you. He can't stop clout chasing. I've told you, none of that shit works, Ankh. You're not going to become some conscious celebrity. People don't like you like that. It doesn't work. I keep that. This is a fucking hobby. Stop trying to be some important celebrity. Everybody's trying to be the next Dr. Ben. The next John Henry Clark of the modern day. No, you niggas can't be that. And what kind of a goal is that anyway? All these years while y'all trying to be the next motherfucking John Henry Clark, the next modern day Dr. Ben, you're wasting time, energy, you're losing girlfriends, you're losing wives, you're fucking up your life, You're lacking in business and you're lacking in making money, all trying to force fit this fucking cult shit on people. It's fucking insane. You look, the students are teaching the teachers now. All them pseudo killer members are teaching you, Ankh. They're embarrassing you. They are schooling you. This is a worse year for you. Matter of fact, pseudo killers, who everybody claims don't know what they're talking about, is busting y'all ass. Pseudo killers is busting the Maasai warriors' ass. Seshu Meternetters ass. They busting all you niggas' ass. Sean Annie Herren is getting his ass busted each way he goes. Pseudo killers is tearing his ass up. On every subject they disagree with, the pseudo killers is tearing Sean's ass up. And I'm not saying that to be hating. I'm not saying that because I dislike Sean. They are busting your ass. All you niggas who thought you were teaching Africa so well, you're teaching West African history better than everybody and you know everything, they are busting y'all ass. Y'all didn't know about, y'all act like you knew about slavery before the white man. Pseudo killers busting y'all ass. Pseudo killers bust your ass about Egypt. Pseudo killers busting all your teachers' ass. They are busting y'all ass. The students have evolved and surpassed the teachers. And these students, really, low-key, are my students. They busting your ass. I'm the original pseudo hunter who it was too boring fucking with religious cats and all these nutcases, so I started hunting pseudo hunters. Yeah, that's why they hate me. Chief X said it's too boring. I'm hunting pseudo hunters. You don't see me debating with Christians and religion and shit. I did that shit in the 90s. I could debate a Christian. I could debate somebody with Down syndrome and the same old shit for years. It ain't flipped nobody. You ain't flipped anti-vaxxers. You ain't flipped no Hebrews. You ain't flipped nobody. I don't know why people waste time on fucking debating Christianity and debating. It's a bunch of fuckery. They've been busting your ass all year long. You've looked bad. You've looked erratic. You people can't trust you now because they can just see you're lying. And here's the thing about it. If I, Chief X, never went in on Egypt, I would have submitted to the truth because he's a science guy, technically, really. But Ankh is fighting this non-black Egypt thing so hard, y'all may not know, because of me. He does not want me to win this argument, so he's arguing with y'all now. Because y'all have sided with Chief X. Y'all agree with Chief X. And Ankh knows that and hates it. So Ankh, listen to me on what I'm telling you. I know Ankh better than y'all. Ankh is holding on for two reasons. To defeat Chief X, he cannot let Chief X win because Chief X started the goddamn argument. So he won't let go, ever, just to try to spite me. This is how of emotional wreck he's become. And the other reason is for financial reasons. His income is tied to Abjuware and the promotion of Abydos and Abjuware and the promotion of Egyptian symbolism. His names, his whole life work, people who he represents in scholarship, like Dr. Ben and Henson Wood, everything, his business and all that is tied to ancient Egypt, and he can't release it. Because it'll make everything he's been saying and teaching and kicking for 15 years wrong. And it's called foolish pride. People can't let go. Yes, let me tell you something. Don't listen to none of these niggas fronting today and backpedaling today. All these niggas, including me, thought that we descended from ancient Egypt and was related to ancient Egypt. That's why they took on the name Amin Ra Squad. That's why all them niggas took on comedic names. That's why I got comedic tattoos and shit. Them niggas is lying. I can keep it real. I know exactly what the fuck was being taught from the 90s up until today. Today, 2022, Ashwa Kwesi, the direct student of Dr. Ben, teaching the same shit Dr. Ben taught, and the other student, Sabra Seti, direct student of Ashwa Kwesi, teaching the same thing Ashwa Kwesi teach, Dr. Ben teach. All three of these people teach that we are descendants of the ancient Egyptians right now, January 31st, 2022. Don't ask me to fucking prove it, because I will. All y'all master teachers in Fudishi, Runoko Rashidi, Anthony Browder, all these guys teach right now, Baba Heru, all of them teach that we descend from ancient Egypt. Stop lying about that. You niggas, all you niggas, thought you were the ancient Egyptians. That's why you took on comedic names. You named all your research groups, all your scholarly groups, you named them after Egyptians for that reason. Dr. Mayat, Ankh, those Team Osiris, Chief X, all the elders, everybody thought that they were descendants of ancient Egyptians. Stop letting these niggas backpedal now that they've been called on this shit. They're backpedaling now. I know exactly what niggas been teaching since the 90s. I am that class who's been there. I'm telling your ass today what all these niggas thought. If they're backpedaling and saying different now, they're fucking lying. And can't keep it real. It's because they've been caught up in their bullshit. Now in 2022, now they fucking fronting and lying and acting like they didn't think that they descended from ancient Egyptians. They all thought that. And that's why they took on these fucking names. And all of their master teachers teach that right now in 2022. Tell me I'm lying, and I will prove each and one of the persons that I name thought that and teach that right now. So all these niggas today can claim, oh, we're not the ancient Egyptians, we're not directors, we don't descend from them. They can talk that shit now that they've been called on their bullshit. If any of these cats say they didn't think that they were the ancient Egyptians initially, they're fucking lying. Black man of the Nile, what do you think? What do you think Dr. Ben was talking to, calling the ancient Egyptians when he wrote the book, The Black Man of the Nile? Since the 90s, all Ashwa Kwesi do in all his lectures was taught me and all you niggas. He clearly says it. Those are our ancestors. That's our history. That's what they fucking taught. These niggas is lying to you today if they say otherwise. Take it from Chief X. You ain't hear Sarah Seti's lectures? That's all he fucking talks about. And all these niggas was Sarah Seti groupies. The whole entire RBG movement, don't tell me no motherfucking different. I was a part of the RBG movement. I know what the fuck they thought. They can talk that shit today and act like no bullshit. The entire RBG movement was following Seti and believed all that bullshit. All these Egyptomaniacs, Dr. Reggie, I got Dr. Reggie on video saying our ancestors, this is our history. Sanetter, our ancestors, this is our history. All the master teachers, shut your goddamn mouth lying today. Listen to me, these niggas is lying because they caught up in they bullshit now in 2022. So they're in denial about what the fuck they've been claiming for 20, 30, fucking 40 years. They busted, so now here they is copping pleas and shit. These niggas is copping pleas. All of them thought they was Egyptian. Or related. Or Nubian. That's why you see all these bitches calling themselves, I'm a Nubian queen. They thought they were fucking Nubian queens. I'm a Cushite. You niggas was repping that as if you descended from that. Yep. So, shout out to the pseudo killers. Shout out to Double X for busting these niggas' ass.